For decades, Poland's energy was dominated by Russian gas, a legacy of Soviet-era pipelines and political influence. This dependency was a strategic weakness, with Moscow holding the power to plunge Poland into crisis at any moment. Despite incremental steps like building an LNG terminal and seeking new suppliers, true independence seemed out of reach. The shadow of Gazprom loomed large and the threat of Russian leverage was ever present. But the status quo was shattered when Poland made a dramatic, decisive break. No longer willing to be subject to Russian energy blackmail, Poland declared its intent to sever ties and seek true sovereignty. This bold move marked the end of an era and the start of a new journey, one that would lead Poland away from fossil fuels and toward the complex, controversial world of nuclear energy. The old map was being torn up, and a new chapter was about to begin. The 2022 invasion of Ukraine turned Poland's energy fears into reality. Russia weaponized gas, cutting off supplies to nations supporting Ukraine, Poland among the first. The crisis sent prices soaring and exposed the true cost of dependence on an autocratic supplier. For Poland, this was a wake-up call. Energy was now a tool of war, not just commerce. The government responded with urgency, ramping up LNG imports and completing the Baltic pipe from Norway. But these were stopgaps. The war made clear that only a radical transformation, breaking free from Russian energy for good, would secure Poland's future. The crisis galvanized public and political will, making nuclear power not just an option, but a necessity. The conflict didn't just change Poland's energy situation, it shattered the old paradigm and set the stage for a nuclear revolution. In response, Poland launched a $40 billion plan to build its first nuclear power plants, a complete reimagining of its energy future. The goal up to 9 gigawatts of nuclear capacity by the 2040s, ending reliance on coal and Russian gas. The plan features large-scale reactors and small modular reactors, backed by international partnerships. Westinghouse was chosen for the first plant, a $20 billion deal for 3 reactors on the Baltic coast, signaling a strategic alignment with the US. Soon after, a second project with South Korea's KHNP was announced, diversifying technology and alliances. Private firms are also investing in small modular reactors for industry and communities. This hybrid approach unites public and private capital, aiming to accelerate the transition and foster innovation. The first reactor is set for 2033, with more to follow. If successful, Poland will transform from a fossil fuel importer to a producer of clean, sovereign energy, a monumental, urgent national project. Poland's nuclear pivot is a geopolitical strategy as much as an energy one. By breaking free from Russian gas, Poland weakens Moscow's influence and asserts its independence. Partnering with the US and South Korea deepens security ties and embeds American strategic interests on Polish soil, strengthening NATO's eastern flank. Nuclear power becomes a form of deterrence, making Poland's infrastructure a vital NATO asset. With surplus clean energy, Poland could support neighbors like the Baltic states, building a network of democratic, secure interdependence. This shift sends a clear message. Russia's energy weapon has backfired, driving its neighbors to invest in their own sovereignty. Poland's nuclear program is a symbol of defiance and a long-term investment in freedom, stability, and regional leadership. Poland's nuclear ambitions come with serious risks. The $40 billion price tag is daunting, and nuclear projects worldwide are notorious for delays and cost overruns. Financing and managing such a massive project will test the government's resolve. Nuclear waste disposal is another challenge. Poland lacks a permanent solution, and finding a willing host community is politically fraught. Local opposition can also threaten plant sites, with concerns over safety, environment, and property values. The government must engage communities transparently to secure support. Navigating EU regulations and maintaining a robust, independent nuclear authority are essential. Political risk looms large. A change in government or shifting priorities could derail the decades-long project. Success will require unwavering national consensus and careful management of technical, financial, and social challenges. Despite the hurdles, Poland's nuclear pivot is powered by strong public support. Over 75% of Poles back the plan, united by the urgency of war and the promise of security. International partnerships with Westinghouse and KHNP bring advanced technology and expertise, reducing risk and adding strategic weight. The war's urgency cuts through bureaucracy, focusing minds on the mission. Nuclear power aligns with EU climate goals, offering a path to decarbonize and access green transition funds. If successful, Poland will no longer be at the mercy of its eastern neighbor, but a master of its own energy destiny. Cleaner air energy security and regional leadership await. The road is long, but Poland's nuclear gamble could become one of the most remarkable strategic transformations of the 21st century.